Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another installment of our window shopping series. If you are like me and you like architectural, strange, unique, weird, okay, just plain strange houses, then you are in the right place. We're going to virtually take a look at a house in Orange County. I'm your host, by the way, Stephen Mead with Domicile Real Estate. We're going to take a look at a house in Capistrano Beach it's like a ship, basically. It is like living inside of a ship. What would that be like? And we're changing up the format a little bit this week versus last week, kind of refining things. We're going to do what we did last week, which is we're going to talk about the house and go through the photos, kind of give you our insights. And then we're going to talk about what would make this house better. And then finally, we're going to talk about how much does it cost. We've kind of prepared some numbers for you. One of the things that, too, I just want to mention is we're trying to do different areas, different price ranges, different levels of remodel and upgrade, just so you can kind of get a different idea of things. We want to have a little bit of diversity and variety. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We are super excited to show you this. All right, so here we are, 34702 Calle Fortuna in Dana Point. A lot of people don't know this, but Dana Point or Capistrano Beach is actually within the city of Dana Point. So if you've heard this term thrown around, it is sort of this zone along the coast that is right between San Clemente and Dana Point. And one of the awesome things about Capistrano Beach, which is essentially where I was born, is that it feels like vacation all the time. And I don't mean that as an exaggeration. Like, this is that quintessential beach community. It is a very, very high quality of living in Capistrano Beach. So this home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's right under 2,000 square feet. It's a lot that I think is a little over 7,000 square feet. So a great size lot for that area. And it actually has a lot of yard space, which is unusual in Capistrano Beach. This one is listed by Steve Shore of Arbor Homes. However, we would love to represent your interests as a buyer. We do a lot of architectural properties, and you deserve your own representation. This house has been on the market for 28 days. 28 days is a long time in our present market, and it's listed at $1,349,000. So let's kind of go through. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. This house has, it looks like a fairly normal house shape here from the front, and then it has this beautiful kind of all glass, almost canopy type room above it. And I'm going to take you through the photos because really, this is one of those houses that is one of a kind. You're not going to find anything else like this. I don't know if you can see this, but before I even read the description, I thought this looks like a ship. And down here, welcome to this Galleon-inspired, Hawaiian-infused custom-built home. So let's take a look through. We've got a big driveway that you can park cars on and a big front yard. Again, this is unusual for Capo Beach. And here we go. They step right into it. No pictures of the kitchen. No. Those come later. They are showing this sort of upper space first. And now you see why this is like living on a ship. It has a very sort of nautical old wooden ship feel to it. In Dana Point Harbor, there used to be a wooden ship, the Pilgrim. Unfortunately, I think a year or two ago, it sank. Yeah, a lot of fond memories. Anyhow, you have the space. It gives you some cool neighborhood views. You're not quite in a spot to get any ocean views from here, but you know the feeling of this room is really like a tree house. I'm going to come back to this. Just take a look for a second because this is going to be one of the things that we kind of need to change in this house. Now we're down to the ground level. You see, this looks like a master bedroom. We've got vaulted ceilings that are sloped. Here we have open beam in one of the secondary bedrooms. Pretty cool. There's this bathroom, which is interesting. This home was built in 1965. I think that vanity and tile are from 1965. And then we have a third bedroom here, which is just kind of, a generic room. Some lovely grove of bamboo along the side of the house. And really, again, a very generous sized backyard for Capistrano Beach. I mean, this is this front yard space, which also is very usable. A lot of people walk in Capistrano Beach. So There's a good chance you're going to know your neighbors. I also like in this house that you're not staring at another house right behind you. You kind of have this sort of like a lot of vegetation and space. And I really think that this is one of those things that, it's not square footage. It's not something you'd normally put money on, but you should, because it makes a big difference in quality of life, especially in a beach community where the homes are generally closer together. Again, another view of this backyard. I mean, this is a really good sized backyard for this area. Heading inside, we have a kitchen. I think this remodel work looks like it was done between 10 and 15 years ago. That's kind of where I would date it. These light fixtures, the tile floors, and this stuff is all very nice, but I'm going to tell you kind of what's wrong with it in a little bit. I want to save some of this. I mean, clearly somebody put a lot of work into this. It's a great layout, right? Because you can see all the way through your living room here. Skylight. This is a very wide open feeling house. You've got 2 bedrooms here and then a 3rd bedroom, I think, around the back over here. So kind of a little bit of a shotgun there. We have great sliders looking in on that side yard area. And then this is that living room kind of looking forward. And you can see what's really awesome is, look, they even have it looks like a surfboard kind of up here in this kind of storage area with these kind of like wires, and they've got a spiral staircase. I mean, really, this is a cool house. I don't think in a beach community you're going to find anything else this unique for under 1.5. And 2,000 square feet makes it a pretty good size. Obviously, this house wasn't built entirely this way. This was a home built in 1965, and then I think this addition was done. Like I said, I think it was done kind of in the late aughts, maybe, so 10 or 15 years ago. So, really a cool space. This also brings a lot of light into it. So what I want to do is, I've kind of shown you no pictures. I think this is a really cool house, but it's sitting on the market and it's not selling. And I think the question that you might be asking yourself is the same question I asked. Why? So here we are. Why isn't it selling? Why is this house sitting on the market for nearly 30 days? Okay. Reason number 1, there's a very fine line between unique/special and weird. And I think this house might be just crossing over that line. But I think that can be fixed. And I'm going to tell you how I would do that. So one of the real problems of this house is that this feels like somebody else's dream, like their life's work was to create this Galleon-inspired house. And I think when you're a buyer and you step into a house like that, I think that's kind of intimidating. You always wonder, is this ever going to really feel like my house, or is it always going to feel like the house that so-and-so built? And I think part of the reason for that is that there are kind of a lot of things that feel a little hodgepodgey in this house. And again, they feel like somebody's dream in 2007, 2008, like around that time period. That's kind of when it feels like all this work was done. The other thing is, and we can climb back. I want to go back to this. The ship lacks purpose, and I want to go back and show you this, and so that we can explain why I'm saying that, right? So this was one of the first pictures. Okay, so we have this space up here, which is this amazing, cool treehouse-like space, and I think there could be a lot of awesome stuff. But let's look at what we see. I see kind of a funky desk, kind of shoved into a corner. I see some outdoor furniture and kind of some bamboo stairwell railings. Looking around here, like this space doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I think that's a real problem, because I think you're paying a premium for something that fundamentally doesn't make sense to you. So to me, the very first order of business is deciding what this space is and properly furnishing it in a way that really is designed for this space. Yes, that means you might be making some custom pieces, you might be doing some built-ins, but I think that's going to give this space a real sense of purpose. And when you have that sense of purpose and it's clear, it's worth a lot more money. This kind of feels like they had this idea to build the space, and then they built it, and they're like, well, what do we do with it? Okay, well, let's stick up a desk. Let's put a couple chairs up there. It just doesn't feel like it has that sense of purpose that it needs. If this is going to be a desk or a home office, which I think is a great idea, Put a big desk in the middle of this room. Like, make it about being the best, most awesome home office you could ever have. And that's kind of what's missing from this. So we're going to jump back into our list of why isn't it selling. I think the ship lacks purpose. Underutilized yard. A large yard, and this has a front and backyard that are both big in Capistrano Beach. They look nice enough, but gosh, at 1.35 million, I need to see outdoor entertaining space. I need to see kind of some upgrades back there, and I think that would add a lot of value to this house. You have enough room for a pool, maybe even a hot tub, maybe some kind of soaking tub. I don't know. The possibilities really are endless when you have that much space, and I just don't think that this house is taking advantage of that space that it does have. We've got a dated kitchen. I think this kitchen was great and top of the line. I'll jump back in here real quick. Let me jump back in there. We'll go ahead and go into these kitchen. There we go. There we go. I don't think this let's see here. I think I gotta go back and do this again. There we go. So, this kitchen is a nice kitchen. And in fact, I think it was a top of the line kitchen, right? In the aughts when it was done. But now it's looking a little dated. I think this cabinet color's got to go. I think you got to do some things to make this feel a little bit more contemporary, because I think the wood tones, especially given the ship room upstairs, I think it's a little heavy in this house. I think it's a little bit too much. And that really is kind of taking away from this. The layout is great, right? It's open to this living room area. I think the kitchen functions great. It's just aesthetically, I think it needs a little bit of help. So, okay, going back to kind of our final thing on the list, the final thing that's really holding this house back, that bathroom. I already showed a picture. I don't want to look at it again. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. That bathroom, not good. It kind of sticks out as the one thing they forgot to renovate. People like finished projects. I like finished projects. Okay. So now we discovered, why isn't it selling? How much does it really cost to own a $1.35 million house like this? Well, we've got two scenarios for you. Scenario number one, 10% down, that's $135,000. I could go through these numbers, but that's boring. You guys can see it and read for yourself. I think the big thing is almost $6,900 a month, including taxes, insurance, etc. But here's what's crazy about this number. Almost $2,000 a month is going towards paying the principal. Now, if you're buying a home like this, it's very likely that you're coming in with equity from another home. So we also have for you 20% down, or about $270,000. That brings that payment down to $6,128 a month. I'm not going to lie and tell you guys that this is affordable. It's not really affordable. This is a luxury purchase. There's no doubt about it. Generally, lenders are going to be looking for a household where there is $200,000 or more of income, especially if you have a car payment or something else, to kind of support this level of a payment. So by no means is this easy and accessible. But as Ferris Bueller said, if you have the means, I highly recommend it. Living in Capo Beach is great. I think having a unique home like this, I think it has just stepped over that line from unique and special to weird. I think it can be brought back. I don't think it's too far over. I think there's a way to really make this a special place and an amazing place to live. Anyhow, if you like this video, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really does help us out a lot. If you'd like to see this house, definitely reach out to us. Or if you're interested in architectural or unique homes in Southern California, absolutely. We would love to take you out, show you around, give you our insights, basically in person. We act exactly like we do in the videos. So we'd love to meet you. Definitely reach out. And stay tuned. Tomorrow on our YouTube channel, we'll be releasing our first-time home buyer market update for our entry-level buyers. So definitely don't miss that. That comes out on Friday evenings. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you again real soon.